used to keep the dates in my head, didn't need them written down. Your daughter's graduation, your mama's birthday in July. I'd call before the candles melted, send a card a week ahead. Remembered every little milestone like they were stitched into my skin. Funny how love keeps score in the gentlest ways. I knew their birthdays every year without fail. The favorite cakes, the inside jokes, the stories they'd always tell. I celebrated everybody, never needed thanks. But some years I blow out my own candles, wondering who remembered mine. I knew their birthdays. I don't say it out of bitterness. Lord knows life gets busy. Children grow and move away. Friends lose track of time. I forget a few dates these days too. The years don't sit as neatly anymore still. There are mornings in late April when I wake up hoping my phone might sing just once before breakfast. I knew their birthdays, the months and days by heart. The people I loved became a calendar I carried in my chest. No grand parties necessary, no expensive gifts to bring, just the comfort of being remembered, the simple proof that you crossed somebody's mind. I knew their birthdays. Maybe growing older is learning this truth. Most people don't forget you because they stopped loving you. They forget because they're human, busy, tired, trying to survive, just like you. I knew their birthdays, and I'll keep remembering still, because kindness isn't a transaction, and love doesn't keep receipts. So this year I'll buy my own cake, call the friends I miss, tell them I was thinking about you. Laugh a little louder, sing a little off key, because being remembered is beautiful, but remembering others is beautiful too. I knew their birthdays, and that's the kind of man I still wanna be. I open the kitchen drawer. Inside is an old address book, corners bent from years of use. I run my finger down the names, then smile softly, pick up the phone and say, Hey, happy birthday, old friend, even if it's been a while. I walked into the church basement, coffee brewing by the door, folding chairs lined up in circles like they'd been 100 times before. People gathered in familiar clusters, trading stories, catching up. Laughter drifted through the room like smoke from an old cigarette. I looked around for a moment, trying to decide where I belong. No one saved me a seat, no jacket draped across the chair, no voice calling, Benny, over here. Just a room full of good people, already settled into place. Funny how loneliness can find you, even in the company of friendly faces. No one saved me a seat. There was a time I never noticed who sat where at gatherings like these. I always had somebody beside me, someone making room with ease. Back then I took for granted the comfort of being expected, never imagining that one day I'd miss something so small as an empty chair waiting just for me. No one saved me a seat, and it hurt more than I let on. Not because I wasn't welcome, but because I wasn't anticipated. There's a difference. One says you can stay, the other says we hoped you'd come. No one saved me a seat. Most people don't mean to overlook you. They're busy, distracted, carrying their own burdens, but that doesn't make the ache less real. The quiet wish to be remembered before you arrive. No one saved me a seat, so I pulled up one of my own, sat beside the man in the corner who looked even more alone. Asked him where he grew up, what kind of music he loved. By the second cup of coffee, we were trading stories like old friends. Maybe belonging isn't always being chosen first. Maybe sometimes it's becoming the person who makes room. No one saved me a seat, so I saved one for somebody else. The meeting ended slowly. Folding chairs scraped across the floor. I helped stack them against the wall. Before leaving, I pulled one chair back out, smiled to myself and whispered, just in case somebody needs it next week. Then walked into the cool night air, feeling a little less invisible than before. It was midnight when sleep refused to come. I scrolled through old numbers just to see who was still there. Names I hadn't called in years. People moved away by time. Some had become strangers, some had become memories. Then my thumb stopped at the bottom, the last name on the contact list. The last name on the contact list, the one I'd call if the walls closed in, if the silence got too heavy, if my brave face finally gave in. One voice left in the darkness, one number I still trust. Funny how a whole life can narrow down to one person who'd answer without asking why. The last name on the contact list. We don't talk every Sunday, don't exchange holiday cards. Life scattered us like autumn leaves across different states and years. But I remember hospital waiting rooms, flat tires in the pouring rain. The night my world came apart, and your voice said, "Don't drive alone, I'm coming." Some debts you never repay. The last name on the contact list, proof that not all connections fade. Through missed birthdays and distance, some promises quietly remain. No perfect friendship, no grand declarations, just a steady hand still resting at the edge of your life. The last name on the contact list. Maybe loneliness isn't measured by how many people know your name. Maybe it's measured by how many people you can call when your heart forgets how to carry itself. reminder I am not alone. Because even in my quietest seasons, love has left a doorway open. And if someday my name becomes the one at the bottom of somebody else's screen, I hope they know they don't have to apologize for needing me. I hope they call, because being needed isn't an inconvenience, it's an honor. The last name on the contact list, the final proof that grace often arrives in the shape of another human voice. The clock blows 12:43 a.m. I lock my phone and set it down, then pick it up again. Scroll to that familiar name, not because something's wrong, just because some people deserve to hear they still matter. I press send. Couldn't sleep, just wanted to say thanks for always being there. A few moments later, the phone lights up. Anytime, Benny. And suddenly, the night doesn't feel quite so long. The house is quiet once again, moonlight resting on the floor. The dishes have been put away, the evening locked behind the door. My phone lies face up on the counter, its screen dark as midnight rain. No missed calls, no new messages, no reason to believe tomorrow will be any different. And somehow the truth doesn't scare me anymore. When the phone doesn't ring, I still wake up with the sunrise, still make coffee for one, still greet the morning sky. The silence hasn't beaten me, it hasn't taken everything, because a quiet life can still be a beautiful thing. When the phone doesn't ring, I used to count my worth in invitations and replies, in how often somebody remembered to ask me how I'd been. But years have a way of teaching gentler lessons. The flowers don't bloom because someone is watching. The ocean doesn't sing for applause, And maybe hearts weren't made to measure themselves by the noise around them. When the phone doesn't ring, I call the neighbor by his name. I wave at passing strangers, feed the birds that still came. I light the porch at sunset, hold the door when I can, because kindness isn't wasted just because no one sees your hands. When the phone doesn't ring, loneliness taught me how deeply I wanted to be chosen. But age taught me something else, that being overlooked and being unloved are not the same thing. Some love arrives quietly in old photographs, in remembered laughter, in the person you've become, because of those who once stayed. When the phone doesn't ring, I still have songs to sing, stories left to tell, gardens left to tend. There are still sunsets to witness, still birthdays to remember, still chances to begin again. Even after disappointment, because this heart of mine was never built only to receive, it was built to give. And maybe that's enough. Maybe that's more than enough. When the phone doesn't ring, I answer anyway. I answer with gratitude, with gentleness, with hope. I answer with another day fully lived. The clock slips past midnight, I switch off the kitchen light. The house settles into its familiar hush. Before heading upstairs, I glance once more at the silent phone, then smile softly and whisper, maybe tomorrow. And after a pause, but if not, I'll still be here. I place my hand over my heart, listen to its steady rhythm, and realize it had been ringing all along. Fix the dripping kitchen faucet with a wrench I bought in '82. Changed the batteries in the smoke alarm, tightened every screw that I could find. The toolbox sat there open, like an old dog waiting by the door. Back when weekends meant somebody saying, "Hey Benny, you got a minute?" Lord, I used to complain I never had enough of them. Nobody needed anything. No ride across town, no shelf put up in the garage, no heavy boxes carried down. No one asked for my opinion. No one called to borrow tools. Funny how useful feels like love when you spend a lifetime showing up for other people. Nobody needed anything. I used to know everybody's problems, which kid was leaving for college, whose car wouldn't start in winter, who needed help moving on a Saturday. I wasn't a hero by any measure, just a guy who said, "Sure, I'll be there," never realizing that being counted on was one of life's sweetest blessings. And nobody needed anything. And the afternoon stretched long, the radio played softly, but the house felt twice as large. I wandered through the hardware aisle without a single thing to buy, just missing that old feeling of having somewhere I was expected. Nobody needed anything. We talk a lot about the burden of responsibility, but nobody warns you about the ache that comes when responsibility leaves. No, nobody needed anything. So I carried groceries for my neighbor, helped an old man load his truck outside the feed store downtown. Maybe purpose doesn't vanish, maybe it just changes shape. Maybe the secret isn't waiting to be asked. Maybe it's noticing where your hands can still do good, because love has never been about being indispensable. It's about being available. Nobody needed anything, but I still had something to give. I closed the toolbox slowly, ran my hand across its worn metal lid. Outside, the evening breeze stirred the wind chimes. Then my phone buzzed, a text from the neighbor. "Benny, any chance you can help me with this old lawnmower?" I smiled to myself, reached for my boots, and whispered, "Yeah, I've got a minute." Push that squeaky shopping cart, down aisle number 3. Didn't really need a hammer, didn't need a box of screws. The smell of fresh cut lumber and machine oil filled the air. Old men compared lawn mowers, young dads priced their first tool sets. And I wandered slowly through it all, like I had somewhere to be. Walking through the hardware store just to hear the sound of life. Little conversations drifting by like radios in the night. You think this'll do the job? Son, hand me that wrench. Funny what a lonely heart will seek when all it really misses is belonging to the noise. Walking through the hardware store. There was a time I'd rush through here, a list folded in my hand, fixing leaky pipes on Saturdays, building shelves nobody asked for. Back when people called and said, "Benny, you know how to do this stuff." I never knew I'd miss those words, those ordinary invitations to be useful, to be needed. Walking through the hardware store, past paint cans and extension cords, listening to strangers argue kindly about things that don't matter much. No one there knew my story, no one asked me where I'd been. Still, for an hour or two, I wasn't sitting alone with my thoughts, walking through the hardware store. Loneliness doesn't always send you to bars or churches or old photographs. Sometimes it sends you to places where people still talk to each other without realizing they're saving someone. Walking through the hardware store, I finally bought a handful of nails, not because I needed them, but because life still asks us to build a few things: a birdhouse for the neighbor kid, a new porch step, a reason to leave the house, because maybe healing isn't found in grand transformations. Maybe it's found under fluorescent lights between aisles 7 and 8, when the cashier smiles and says, "Take care now, Benny." And for just a moment, you feel seen. Walking through the hardware store, heading home, a little less lonely than before. I load the small paper bag into the truck, sit behind the wheel for a moment. The receipt rests on the passenger seat. A box of nails, a pair of work gloves, things I didn't really need. I start the engine and smile softly, because today I didn't buy much, but I brought home a little piece of the world. The break room buzz around, coffee brewing strong and black. Everybody had their circles, stories picking up where they left off. I laughed when laughter found me, nodded at the right remarks. But somewhere in the middle of it, I felt like a traveler, stopping briefly in somebody else's life, just passing through, like a shadow in the afternoon, close enough to hear the laughter, too far to join the tune. Nobody pushed me away, nobody closed the door. Still, I couldn't shake the feeling that everyone else belonged here a little more. Just passing through. I know the waitress at the diner, the man who sweeps the barber shop, the lady with the silver earrings who always orders tea at 4 o'clock. We exchange our practice kindness, little pieces of the day. How you doing? Can't complain, but some conversations never leave the shoreline, never learn how to swim. Just passing through, in the places I call home, familiar with the scenery, still learning how to be known. I miss being somebody's first call, somebody stay a while. These days I mostly drift through borrowed moments and borrowed smiles, just passing through. Maybe adulthood is a series of departures, neighborhoods, friendships, versions of ourselves. And sometimes the loneliness comes from realizing you can't go back to the people who knew you best. Just passing through, until tonight I saw it differently. Maybe the old man reading alone felt the same way. Maybe the cashier practicing small talk needed it more than I knew. Maybe we're all just travelers, carrying invisible suitcases, hoping somebody notices we made the journey. So I stayed a little longer, asked another question, listened without rushing, and somewhere between hello and goodbye, I stopped feeling like a visitor, just passing through, until I remember that belonging is often built one conversation at a time. The diner door swings shut behind me, the evening air settles over Main Street. I tuck my hands into my coat pockets and begin to walk home. A voice calls out from behind me, "See you tomorrow, Benny." I turn back, smile softly, and answer, "Yeah, I think you will." Before disappearing into the city lights, feeling a little less like a stranger. Every morning around 8:30, I take the booth beside the glass, order the same dark roast, watch the city wander past. The girl behind the counter smiles, the usual Benny. I smile and say, "You know me too well." But the truth is, she only knows my order, not the man carrying it. Just a face in the coffee shop, another regular in the crowd, known enough to feel familiar, not enough to be found. They know how I take my coffee, which newspaper I read, but nobody notices the heavy things I carry in my head. Just a face in the coffee shop. I know the couple by the window, always splitting one blueberry scone. The young man grading papers, the woman scrolling through her phone. We share this quiet little ritual, morning after morning, a room full of strangers, learning each other's patterns without ever learning each other's pain. Just a face in the coffee shop, nodding when familiar eyes meet mine, trading where the four talking traffic and baseball scores. No one means any harm, still there are days I wish someone would ask, "You doing all right, Benny?" and wait for the honest answer. Just a face in the coffee shop. Loneliness doesn't always look like isolation. Sometimes it wears clean clothes, says thank you, leaves a good tip, and quietly hopes to be seen beyond the surface. Just a face in the coffee shop, until the woman by the sugar stand looked up and said, "You seem thoughtful today." I laughed and answered, "Guess I got a lot on my mind." She pulled out the chair across from me, sat down for 10 minutes, and told me about losing her husband, about learning to start over, about surviving lonely mornings. And suddenly, two strangers weren't strangers anymore. Because sometimes the difference between invisible and understood is one brave question and one honest reply. No longer just a face in the coffee shop, but a soul sharing the same sunrise. The coffee had gone cold by then. The morning rush had started. I folded my newspaper, stood to leave, and heard the girl behind the counter call out, "See you tomorrow, Benny." I turned back and smiled. Yeah, I said, "See you tomorrow." And for the first time in a long while, tomorrow sounded like company. Set my coffee by the window, watched another morning bloom. The newspaper hit the front steps, the neighbor backed out around noon. I paid the bills, watered the roses, fixed the hinge out on the gate, kept my phone there on the counter, like I wasn't checking every hour. Funny what hope looks like when you get older. When the phone doesn't ring, silence says a lot of things. Maybe everybody's busy. Maybe life just moves too fast. But some days I can't help wondering, did I cross somebody's mind? Was there a story they would have told me if they'd only had the time? When the phone doesn't ring, was a season I couldn't keep up. Birthdays, favors, midnight drives. People needed rides to airports, advice about their troubled lives. I never thought I'd miss the chaos, the constant pull from every side. Turns out being needed can feel like proof that you've still got a place in somebody else's life. When the phone doesn't ring, I hear every tick of the clock, the old refrigerator humming, the dog scratching at the door. I don't blame anybody, Lord knows people carry enough, but loneliness has a way of whispering, maybe they've forgotten you. When the phone doesn't ring, then I remember the teacher who changed my life. Probably went home to quiet evenings, the widowed man down the street still waves to every passing car. The strongest people I know have all sat beside a silent phone at least once, wondering, waiting, trying not to take it personally. When the phone doesn't ring, I choose not to measure my worth by missed calls and notifications, by who remembered first. Because love isn't always loud, sometimes it wears work boots, makes casseroles for neighbors, sends Christmas cards every year. Sometimes it gives more than it receives, and maybe that's enough. So tonight I'll make the call myself, ask somebody how they're doing, tell an old friend I've been thinking of them. Because the world needs fewer people waiting and more people reaching. When the phone doesn't ring, I can still let love ring out for me. The evening settles across the living room. I pick up the phone from the counter, scroll through names I haven't seen in years. My thumb hovers for a moment, then presses call. As it begins to ring, I smile softly and whisper, "Hey, it's been too long." The room was full of laughter, glasses clinking in the air. Somebody told a story twice, nobody seemed to care. I stood there near the snack table, smiling when I should, nodding at the right moments, doing everything I could to look like I belonged. The guests nobody invited, standing in a crowded room, surrounded by familiar faces, still feeling out of tune. There's a different kind of lonely, one nobody talks about. You can disappear in plain sight while the music's playing loud, but guess nobody invited. I knew half the people there, knew their kids and where they worked, remembered little details from conversations years before. But somewhere along the evening, I noticed nobody asked, "How've you been?" No one saved a place beside them, no one noticed when I stepped outside for air. The guest nobody invited, drifting through old memories, laughing at the right punchlines, wearing practiced ease. No one meant to hurt me, no one pushed me away. Sometimes life just rearranges the people around the table. Before you realize, you become the extra chair, the guest nobody invited. The hardest loneliness isn't being unwanted, it's wondering if anyone noticed you stopped talking. The guest nobody invited, but maybe I got something wrong. Maybe everyone in that room was carrying their own invisible ache. The widow near the doorway, the man fresh from divorce, the woman smiling too brightly, all of us pretending we weren't searching for one person to truly see us. So I walked back inside, pulled up a chair, asked someone, "Tell me how you've really been." And for the first time all evening, I felt less alone. The guest nobody invited finally becoming a guest who stayed. The pot is slowly emptied, coats disappeared from the rack. I helped stack the folding chairs, said my goodbyes, and stepped into the cool night air. Before starting the car, I looked back at the house and smiled, because maybe belonging was never about being invited. Maybe it was about deciding to remain open, even when your heart wanted to leave. Found your name this afternoon, halfway down my contact list, right between the plumber's number and a cousin I rarely miss. My thumb hovered over the screen the way it had 100 times before. I could almost hear your voice saying, well, what took you so long? But fear has a funny way of sounding like common sense. The number I didn't dial, the conversation I rehearsed, 1,000 different openings, trying to find the least awkward words. Hey, it's been a while, I was just thinking of you. Funny how pride and loneliness can sit side by side and keep a heart from moving. The number I didn't dial. I wondered if you'd changed your number, if you'd moved to another town. Maybe you'd be glad to hear from me. Maybe you'd rather I hadn't called. I built entire stories in my head without giving you a chance to speak. Isn't it strange how the people we miss the most become the people we fear disturbing? The number I didn't dial stayed glowing on the screen, a bridge still standing quietly between what was and what could be. No slam doors, no angry words, just years passing politely, waiting for somebody to be brave enough to break the silence. The number I didn't dial. From losing people, sometimes it comes from leaving too many doors unopened, because rejection feels heavier than regret, until regret starts winning. The number I didn't dial taught me something about love. Tomorrow isn't guaranteed, and neither are second chances. Maybe they'll answer, maybe they won't. Maybe the conversation won't sound anything like the one I imagined, but at least the silence won't be right in the ending anymore. So if you're crossing my mind tonight, maybe that's reason enough. The number I didn't dial might just become the call that brings somebody home. The house grows quiet after midnight. I sit alone beneath the kitchen light. The phone rests warm in my hand. I stare at your name one last time. Take a slow breath And this time, instead of locking the screen, I press call. Then listen as it begins to ring. Mailman came around 11, left a stack of bills and flyers. I heard the garbage truck at noon. Then the neighbor mowing his yard. The afternoon drifted by slowly. Sunlight sliding across the floor. I caught myself glancing at the front door. More times than I'd ever admit. Waiting, nobody knocked today. No familiar face at the screen door. No friends stopping by unannounced like they used to years before. The house stayed polite and quiet, the porch untouched by footsteps. Funny how loneliness sounds like listen for a knock that never comes. Nobody knocked today. I remembered how it used to be. Kids running through the hallway, neighbors borrowing sugar, friends dropping in after work. Back then I thought interruptions were something to complain about. I never knew one day I'd miss hearing someone say, "You got a minute?" from the other side of the door. Nobody knocked today, and I tried not to take it personally. People build busy lives, raise children, move away. Still, there's a part of every heart that hopes somebody will choose it without needing a reason. Nobody knocked today. We all wanna believe we're unforgettable, but adulthood teaches otherwise. Love isn't always spontaneous anymore. Sometimes it needs an invitation. Nobody knocked today. So I stepped out onto the porch myself, waved to the woman walking her dog. Ask the neighbor how his garden's doing. Maybe connection doesn't disappear. Maybe it simply waits for someone brave enough to open the door first. So tomorrow I might bake that peach pie recipe, drop by an old friend's house, call before sunset, because loneliness isn't cured by waiting behind locked doors. It's softened by reaching toward the world, even with trembling hands. Nobody knocked today, but maybe tomorrow I'll be the one knocking. The porch light glows against the evening dark. I'll lock the front door one last time, stand there for a moment, listen, nothing. Then I smile softly, turn toward the kitchen and whisper, see you tomorrow, house. Before leaving the light on just a little longer.